Aloha kako. Hey, it is a beautiful day. And I know that because I'm looking at the faces and the actual proof. The personalities that I see in this room. Pioneers of Kosa and Rufu. New members who are struggling, members who have succeeded. Everybody's here today. We truly can celebrate our independence. We'll do that without having a fifth on the fourth, I hope. Anyhow, so that I wouldn't be long-winded when chemo, I want to tell you how proud I am. I started chanting and I accepted Goanzi in 1983 in Santa Monica, Cucamonga, up at the temple, in a time of, what do you call it, Chakabuku, when they were doing the campaign. And they went out to get everybody from shopping malls everywhere, and we all stood up and said, I do. I didn't know what I was doing, but I do. So that's the circumstances, and then my experience today, it was kind of funny because, you know, without Sensei, without his appreciation and putting down in words the effects that this practice can have on our lives as we polish and shine and succeed in the practice, I thought that I'd bring him along for a little encouragement, because today it is for me. I said, when chemo asked me, I said, well, what can I say? And he said, well, just tell him who you are and what you do. And I said, okay. I said, but yeah, I need to say something that's going to convince me that I should practice for the rest of my life. I mean, that's what an experience should be, right? Because then people can say, you remember when you said that, didn't you? You know what I'm saying? And you say, no, because I've never spoken about the practice in the whole time that I have practiced. No one has ever asked me to give an experience. So this is a powerful one. July 3rd, 2011. My name is R.J. Hampton. I received Goanzi in 1983. When I first heard the chanting, I reveled in the rhythm and musicality of the prayer. I sat in wonder, and I wondered, what did it all mean? I know that the meeting was the beginning of my spiritual awakening, and it has been going on ever since. At the time I was working in the mental health field, I prided myself on having a real grasp of the God thing. I had reasoned that God exists, and the only reality that I never found hard to accept is that God existed. Yet believing and submitting to this fact, it takes a lot of practice, and it wasn't just enough to believe in God. I had to have something I could hold on to and show what we call in this Buddhism actual proof that God does exist, so that we could move forward. And because I met a lot of atheists and agnostics and people who were down and I didn't know God, and I'm like, look, I think some famous guy said that. And first I was challenged by the Gongyo. Then I was challenged by the organization. For those of you who might know, I am a woman. I am in the women's division. For those of you who may be confused, because I have been told to go with the men's division. Wait, no. But when I met Chemo Hawaii, here in Hawaii, a long time ago, I realized there is a fine line between men and women's division. It is so fine that it's like odds and even. You don't know where it starts and where it begins and where it ends. So it really doesn't matter. And that's when I really said, I can practice this Buddhism. There's no judgment. There's no looksism. Let me get back to my feet. First I was challenged by the Gongyo. I said that already. Then the best thing that I found out about this whole practice was the study, guys. The study. The first book I ever bought was the Lectures on the Lotus Sutra, because I wanted to know what I was saying. What am I saying? I want to know. They said, well, you want to know? Buy a book and find out. I read. Sensei encourages us to read. I know I'm of a Western land. I know I'm of a Western thought, Western manners. I knew all of that. But I knew that there was something to look forward to in the East, because it's where the sun rises. And so therefore I said, whoa, here's Japan, here's it all coming together. What are you, stupid? To accept the simplicity of the practice and get actual proof is all that you need to keep it going on. Through all my successes and and failures. I was legislative aide for Emily and Howley Beeson, so y'all know what I've been through. Through all my successes and failures in this life, I realized one thing, how fortunate it is for me to have the opportunity to receive Gohanzen, and today I still struggle. Yet as I say, and what they say in that old Joe Cocker song, I get by with a little help from my friends. Right? Nam yo horinge kyo. With our voices, with our eyes, and the best use of that light that radiates from us when we polish our lives and shine and become attractive. Our hearts become open. We know this. We know the joy. We know the peace of practicing correctly, of chanting Daimoku, of persevering. Especially when you look at your bank account. We know the promise of the indestructible happiness that Sensei is a perfect, and Toda and all the rest of them that come, I don't even know their names. They say there's 10 million thousand of us. And we're here today, and our ancestors are behind us. So on this third, before we begin to celebrate the independence, the true independence of this nation, it reigns and shines in every one of us. And Buddhism tells me that it's all about reason. And I reason that the science of politics is citizenship. And Buddhism makes perfect citizens. And with that thought, we will achieve world peace now, because now it is here, and forever it will stay. Thank you.